Matt, and I'm here with my friend Myles.
What's up, guys?
And we were geeking out a little bit on a bunch of different questions. And I was like, you know what? I've always thought like it might be fun to just, start streaming and see if anyone else has anything to chime in on. We were talking about permaculture, and I said, Myles was asking me some questions. I was like, let's put this on video. So, yeah, talk to me, man. Well, give me a question. Let's see if anyone out there also has anything to say about anything we might be asking.
One question I had, dude, I was just watching like a TV show, and they used the word nitric acid, and you taught me earlier when I first came to the store, I think about the word NPK.
Yeah.
And how that's on like mostly everything you read, so it kind of gives you like a source to kind of look around.
Nitric acid.
Yeah, so I was like, is that like nitrogen?
It's interesting. I mean, well, okay, right? So acid is something that's going to elevate the amount of hydrogen and
Copy.
it changes.
I use the word nitric.
The charge chemically, basically. It's like a positively charged ion. So an acid is going to make it more acidic, right? So you could have phosphoric acid, which is a common thing to use for pH control.
Copy.
And that phosphoric acid will contribute phosphorus.
Yep.
Nitric acid, I've never heard about using it with plants. Anyone out there
know
about nitric acid?
Dangerous? I don't know.
I don't know. It might be
I'm just trying to learn.
nitric acid. I'll look into that. I'm gonna write that down. If anyone out there knows about nitric acid, let us know. But yeah, and I was gonna look around. Any other questions, man? Keep shooting.
Also said what? So we were talking about permaculture a little bit earlier, and also just recently about fish.
Oh yeah.
How do fish kind of contribute, maybe, or like the fish waste can contribute to like a plant?
All right, let me show you, man. That's a great question. So how do fish contribute, right? So if you've ever watched this, I kind of talk too much probably to a lot of you about fish and plants. So the way this system right here works, let me pull this back a little so you guys can see both of us, is, right, so these fish live in here, we feed them food, and they poop. And that creates some waste, like particularly nitrogen and nitrates. And when you're watching fish tanks, you're always monitoring the nitrates. You don't want the nitrates to go too high. Now, like you're a gardener, you come in here, you buy nitrogen fertilizer all the time, right? And that's like the most of what things consume. So the waste from the fish pumps up through this bar right here. Let's just see how these roots, I mean, I can't even think. I don't know if you guys can see this, but there are just massive roots here. And so these guys are just sucking all the nitrates out. Actually, check this out, man. This kind of blew my mind. So I've been running a tank over here that I want to show everyone. Ooh, sorry. And there's this tank I've been doing a while, and it's funny, right? It doesn't look really clean, right? It's got a little bit of, color to it. There's also a discus tank. But check out the TDS. So if you know about ppms, right? Like it tells you about how clear the water is. And Myles, check this out, bud. So yeah, look at this. 30, right? Like 30 is such a low ppm number, right? That's like incredibly clear. It keeps dropping too. It's nuts, right? My numbers were like, no joke, like they start at 150 and they keep going down. And so, I can't even tell you, it's unbelievable. Look at the plants up here, right? Like these.
What is this plant?
Which plant?
The purple and green one.
Oh, an inch plant?
Yeah.
Dude, these plants are crazy. I have some varieties. You want to see some cool varieties back in the greenhouse?
Yeah.
Check this out, right?
Yeah, the greenhouse.
Oh, yeah. Well, I wanted to buy like 10 varieties. Let's do this, bud.
So eucalyptus?
Matt Myles talking gardening, right?
Hey, I'm just planning for the springtime, man.
He was asking me questions, and I was like, maybe someone else has something good to say, too. So if anyone has anything to chime in, please let us know. Oh, yeah.
Fighting off pests for the springtime.
Yep, and he was asking about pests, and he was like, there's no pests in here.
Yeah, it's super clean.
Now, two things, right? We minimize spraying in general. We were when we had a mealybug outbreak, but I try to avoid it. And we believe in permaculture, even indoors, which is like, you try to allow, the concept is like trying to allow nature to do its job. And so this tent's actually a really good example. We've had some pest outbreaks.
We are here.
I'm sorry, tents. This is the greenhouse and the warehouse. Oh, welcome.
To Matt's world.
You want to come in with me, bud?
Yeah.
All right, this is wow. It's nice and humid here. I'm gonna slide this so you can stand here. All right. amazing.
Amazing. Only
like-
some people know what this smell is, but it's amazing.
It's a tropical. John, come on in here with me, bud.
Woo. All right.
Here, yeah. Here, we can leave this guy. Maybe right here. Right there. Can people see us like that?
Wow. This is, I feel like I'm at the zoo.
Doesn't it feel great? I love coming in here.
Put me back
Oh my
in
gosh.
July.
All right, I gotta grab that because.
What is this?
So this hibiscus has been here. I've just been waiting for it to die for like a year, right? And I can't believe it. And sure enough, it's like, it just keeps coming back.
There. It's still there.
And I feel bad. Like, I'm like, oh, you
Is there a name for like the state it's in?
Dying. Dying is the state. Oh, bud, yeah. Sorry.
Okay.
So we just kind of let this go, and I've seen pests kind of emerge and then decline, right? Like these guys were actually covered in mealy bugs pretty badly, and over time we just kind of let it be, introduce some predators, predatory mites, microbes that are beneficials, and let's see what else we've done. Rove beetles, some ladybugs. I don't see those anymore.
Ladybugs are good. I heard.
Yeah, the rove beetle. I mean, ladybugs are tricky, man.
Yeah.
So a lot of times we stopped selling ladybugs because we found out basically the ones you buy have been.
Are they more like infested?
They're from the wild, and what they'll do is they'll congregate when they at the end of their life to breed, I guess, and they'll collect them at that point. So the ones you're getting are about to die, and they're also kind of harvesting from the wild, which is probably not great for the populations.
So there's a period of time of their life you'd have to harvest them and get your value worth.
Exactly. Yeah. So and on top of it, right? If I were to buy ladybugs, which I've never seen available, I'd rather buy the larvae. Yeah. They look like these monsters, man. Like if you've ever seen them, here, pass me. I'm gonna try. I should have brought the little clip thing to show.
Well,
then we could.
dope.
I want to show people something. Check out. This hibiscus will not die. I don't know why. It's got leaves. I thought it was dead. It's back.
She's kicking.
Yeah, and these guys, I mean, they were struggling, bud.
Monster leaves. Look at the size of my hand.
Right?
Jeez. Yeah, that's.
And so you give them the right environment, and like I think part of it too with like, this is a great environment for these guys, so they're so healthy they can battle disease really well. You know.
This is amazing, man.
Sometimes like when there's pests and stuff, it's an issue of something going on.
Awesome.
All right. You were asking about compost, man, right?
Oh yeah, we were talking about compost.
We should.
Let me ask you. What was I asking? What I guess what components can you start with to build your compost? Say I have my bin. I have whatever I want to start my compost in.
Yeah.
What are the keys, I guess, to start it?
Okay, the key to starting compost,
Master
right,
key.
is an ingredient, right? You know, it's such.
Master key.
Oh, bud, it's such a good question. All right, so here's a lot of where we do our compost,
Copy.
right? And I actually want to do something on what I call dry compost.
Yeah.
So these are mealworms, and I think I went a little too dry. But the cool thing about mealworms, right, is you can get them. There's still some, but I'm going to start them up again. But they literally don't need water, right? And they can break down like apparently even styrofoam, which is nuts.
Really?
Yeah.
This
And
reminds me of like my elementary school days, using
Right?
mealworms for experiments and stuff.
really?
Yeah.
And so these guys, it's funny. It's like there's different bugs for different conditions, right? Like these guys can compost in dry conditions.
Yes.
Mealworm, earthworms, like red worms, they kind of want wet but not like insane. But then you've ever heard of soldier flies?
No.
All right, dude.
that
Let
like a
me
botfly
let me
or
see if we
something?
can try to find one. They show up here, and I don't even know where they are right now.
Sounds like that.
So soldier flies, they produce this larva. We just made a video about the larvae. They're really high in calcium, so they're great food for like chickens and reptiles.
Yeah.
They can live in like places nothing else can live, right? So I've been finding them around here, but one time I had this like 55-gallon drum. I don't know if I have one sitting around. So a big old drum of liquid where I was just throwing stuff in my back. It was in my backyard with the air stone in it. And I was throwing like just all sorts of scraps, and it smelled like hell, and it was really
Nitrogen.
nasty. I couldn't believe I saw the larvae were like floating in this disgusting, like in the worst conditions on earth. So they can live in like mucky, nasty, stinky compost.
And they were thriving.
And they were thriving. The only downside to them is the adults, they fly and they look like wasps. So the first time I saw them, I was like, oh, yeah, they're like black little bugs that look almost like a wasp. So
Jeez, that's something, man. Jeez.
yeah,
Talk about pests.
right. And so See, the thing about, so I would say,
that's-
like, with compost, almost, like, you got to ask yourself, whatever your first thing you're trying to compost, what do you want to add to that to get it right? You know, and when I say get it right, like, I had my worm bin,
Yes.
and I started noticing it was, like, getting too acidic from whatever I'd been putting in over time.
And what do you mean by your worm bin?
So I have a big bin of worms out back.
Yeah.
You want
Big old bin worms.
Do we want to open? You know what? I don't want to open
Next
that can of
time,
worms.
next
Right?
time,
It's
so-
kind of like I lifted the lid and there's like some stuff that I didn't bury.
Coffee.
I didn't bury and it's wet and I lifted it and it was moldy. So I was like, I got to put a mask on to deal with
Yeah.
that. And that's a
Yeah.
problem for another day. But
But that's something.
if
new.
it starts getting acidic, you can add lime. You know, and depending on what you're composting, even like with worms, right? Like if you're feeding worms,
can
like
make ceviche with
I
that,
was
too.
reading about like how like pig manure composted, I believe higher in phosphorus than, you know, if like you did just leaf matter or if you did like green lawn clippings, it's gonna be really high in nitrogen.
Yes. Yes.
So I guess it's
What
one of
do
the things
you
with
want?
compost, when you see compost, you never see like a nutrient analysis on it, right?
You can't. Is that possible? Like you'd have to like send it out to somebody. And
They
be
don't-
like this is your compost.
They could, right? Like
Yeah.
it's just like, oh, this is compost, but it's like not all compost is the same. So people, you know, there's like we saw like lobster and crab compost,
Yeah.
which is going to have, you know,
Lots
probably
of
more
the last,
calcium.
yeah.
You can assume, right?
Calcium.
If it's like
22.
heavy in like green matter compost, it's
Oyster
probably
shells.
oyster shells going to jack up the calcium,
Insane.
make it more alkaline.
Mm-hmm.
So you know, depending on what you put in it, it's going to affect it.
Okay. So the first question that I just asked you about the compost was
Oh, thanks, Mandy.
how do we
Oh, whoa, there's. Oh, cool. So sorry.
Oh, we get a question?
Oh, I'm so sorry.
You got a question?
If we have a question, I'm so sorry if I missed it. I didn't realize to
Shoot,
scroll
dang,
down.
man,
I'm such a
dang.
noob.
New. We ain't new to this, we used to this.
Yeah, we're pros. We do this all the time. This just looks like it's the first time we've ever done this together.
But what I said was, what is like some of the first components to start a compost? Remember I said, you have the bin, what do you do? So we went off with the first couple of words you said was mealworms. You just showed me how to use mealworms in a dry compost. That's something also I just learned too, the word dry compost.
So I made it
thought
up, by the way.
compost
I
was
made it
wet
up.
all the
Literally, I've
time.
never heard anyone say dry compost
Okay.
before me. And I started realizing, and I literally want to make a video because I'm like, whoa, mealworms can compost in a dry environment. And I've never heard of the term dry
Yes.
composting.
Yes.
But especially, right, like there's a lot of scenarios where that's awesome. Like I have chickens and they love everything
Every-
dry and they love mealworms, right?
Yes, they do.
And so there's things like breads, like old grains, like there's things that are dry that are waste products that mealworms do great with, right?
Yeah.
Then there's other things that are a little wet, like leaf matter, leaf litter, like lawn clippings, old vegetables, like that's great for worms. And then there's just straight sludge.
Yes.
That's, you know, that's your soldier flies.
Ah,
That's kind of how I break it down.
Soldier bot flies. I get what you're saying.
Yeah, not bot flies. I think those are the ones that fly in your ear.
Do the soldier worms look like? What do they look like? They're not like the white flies.
Yeah, Myles is my friend.
Just a local man, good guy, local guy. I come here for some of the best products, guys. I'm telling you, tap in.
Yeah, I met him probably 2 years ago.
2 years ago.
Came
this
by.
exact
He
site.
comes by and hangs out and asks questions. I was like, dude, we were having a good discussion, so I was like, let's just put this up and see if people want to chime in. But yeah, so there's yeah, what else should we geek out about?
Oh yeah, I saw some bonsais over there.
Oh yeah?
I had a couple questions on those bonsais.
Me too. I have so many questions about bonsais.
I actually had one. My dog ate it.
No.
Careful, this thing just pricked me.
I know, this thing's dangerous. This
Mad.
agave, dude. I'm like so worried about.
That's agave? Ooh.
Not agave. I'm so sorry. That's it's a yucca. Yucca?
You got eucalyptus around
Yucca,
here?
yucca, yucca. We don't. I
What?
wish,
How
right?
about you just- this
Oh,
ain't
you
it?
called me out. No, that's aloe.
Yeah, aloe vera. This is great for what? What is this amazing for? Tell people the beneficial health factors.
Oh my
of
gosh.
aloe vera.
There's so much skincare, obviously. People eat it, stomach health.
I would buy this.
Someone's
from
just
the
telling me
corner
about
store.
how they put it in their hair.
Yeah, yo, hair, vitamin E. This has everything. This is great. I'm
My
telling
hair
you,
could
man.
use some help. Maybe I'll squeeze some of that in my hair.
All you gotta do is just cut
Show
a
me.
piece off. You
All
cut
right.
a piece off.
All right, let me do this.
You
Let me
can
do
take the. Oh, he's. If you really gonna do
Should I
it.
do this? Let me find a piece that's kind of look at this piece, right?
Ah, y'all saw that. I just got pricked in the back.
Yeah, be careful, that thing's mean. All right, so you're telling me, right? I got this piece of aloe.
Now, if you look in the middle, guys. Now look. You remember what was like maybe 2009, to maybe like 18, that Proactive commercial, they would talk about skincare and stuff like that. This is
That's
all you need, I promise.
I don't remember anything from 2009. You remember commercials?
Now, the jelly right here has all the minerals and everything my grandma would tell me that is perfect for your skin, hair rejuvenation. I think good for just hair and nail follicles, anything you need. This is really just for, you could put in water, I'm pretty sure.
Did you see? By the way, you know what's so interesting?
It's kinda
when it starts
sappy.
dripping, it turns
Yeah.
yellow. Look at this.
Look
It's
at
so
that.
weird. It like literally.
That's
It'll.
just the colors
It's so weird,
weird.
but it doesn't look like that until it starts like leaving the plant. So you're telling me
Ooh.
if I split? Oh, sorry, I should be on.
Split some of that, you see, and you could, in the morning, take some of this.
Yeah, just like a little piece like this.
Yeah, I'm telling you, man. You would just put a little bit. You can just put it on your hair real quick, wipe it off. You be good, man. You on a nice smooth day. That's it. You be smooth.
Oh, dude, I look.
That's it.
Look
Bond.
Look
Bond.
at that.
008. 008. Yes, sir. No, I'm telling you guys, you can buy this for probably like
beard gel.
$5 at the corner store. Amazing.
Really, that costs $5. Or check it out.
less.
We just put out a video on how to grow aloe. It's such an dude. It's such an interesting plant. All right, so I've seen it be like the beginner's luck plant, right? Aloe.
Copy.
You can drink it, right?
Yeah, use it for
Cosma.
anything,
Can I call you Cosma? Cosma Zeka. Cosma. Yeah, I used to drink coconut water with aloe chunks. It was like my favorite thing on the planet. It was
Yeah.
so good.
Yeah, and it also has that texture too. That's the thing about aloe. If you don't really blend it up, it's kind of. I know in I think it's Taiwan, they use something called like something water, some type of water, and they use it has like a different consistency other than just water. It looks clear, but it's like they put aloe in it, maybe a little sugar, and then just ice and cold water, and like that's like their smoothie in the summertime.
That's cool.
Yeah, fun fact.
That is a very fun fact. Thank you, Miles. So listen to this about aloe. So look at these beauties, right? So I started with one someone gave me, and I was struggling forever with it. And I couldn't figure out why it was like such a hard plant to grow.
Yep.
Right. And so finally, I put it in the corner basically to die. Like took it out of tons of bright light. You know, I was treating it. I had read it's from the Arabian Peninsula. Arid areas must need tons of light, tons of dry. And I was treating it like that, and it started going seriously downhill. And I put it in a corner that was darker. It was like, yeah, you're like a step from throwing you out. And when I looked back, it had started growing and blowing up. And I started realizing, like, when I started cutting back lighting, increasing watering and humidity, aloe did really well. And every time I put it in full light, it would just implode. Looking at the history of it, right?
Yeah.
Wild aloe is totally different than the aloe we're growing. We've been growing aloe. Humans have been growing aloe for 6,000 years.
Yeah.
Like
that's
it was
dope.
like
I didn't even know that.
went like from the ancient Egyptians,
Yep.
like to China, and then now to castles throughout Europe. So it was like
Coffee.
evolved to our conditions, right? Like if it's dying in people's homes, who wants to buy that, right? So these aloe are like totally different than their ancestors. They're semi-domesticated. They want to be treated with lower light. Like I've seen people with these plants that are red, and they're like, no, this is the way it's supposed to look. A plant that's leaves are turning red, that is not a good thing. And it's interesting now, commercially, they're cultivated in the tropics.
Coffee.
And so, I mean,
Just from like seed wise?
so like it's nuts. Like it's becoming a
nut?
major crop in India.
Yeah.
And it makes sense, right? Like, so basically now, more and more, this aloe, right? Like, the tropics are the best place. Like, a tropical place with tons of sun and warmth is going to be the best place to grow just about anything, right? Because you have water, light, consistent temps. So if you can get something to grow, it will. And now aloe, right, like this guy, if you can get it to grow in a tropical climate from a commercial perspective, and the market is so huge right now, right? Like, people are buying more and more aloe. So in India, they're converting more. So I think now the plant is being bred to perform in tropical climates commercially. So my hunch is, though, dude, over time, right, there's going to be like aloe grown commercially for products, and those aloe plants are probably going to become more adapted to tropical areas, right?
Yeah.
And then there's ones that are going to be more for people's homes. And I'm wondering if there's going to be like a split in the aloe we see, where
I
it's
see
like,
what
this
you're
is the house
saying.
plant aloe,
Yeah.
and this is the commercial aloe, which
Exactly.
is like huge and can take tons of light and yield big yields.
That makes me think about medicine versus medicinal medicine on like this aloe verde? Because this is definitely in like a lotion at CVS,
Yeah.
a cream at CVS,
It's in everything.
mouthwash at CVS. Like,
Mouthwash.
or who knows?
I'm sure you're probably right, dude. I guarantee. I'm
don't
gonna look
know,
up
man.
mouthwash, aloe mouthwash.
But I guess, maybe like me buying it at CVS compared to if I grow aloe at my house, can I make like my own lotion? What would
yeah, dude.
that lotion compared to, or store lotion, house aloe compared to commercial aloe? What is that difference going to look like? You know what I'm saying?
I don't even. That's a great question. I will tell you, I love the fact that I can just break a branch off
Yeah.
and get real legit aloe.
Oh yeah.
You know what I mean? And
Guys, this is like, it's the paste of like life. It's like, it's the gel of life. You can use this for anything.
and you have to
Promise.
watching it right. It turns. If I like pull out this is starting off white, and then over time it starts dripping yellow.
Yeah.
So I have to imagine like that is
I feel like I knew the
changing
reason why.
colors,
Yeah.
right? Is there
There's
a
a reason
chemical
behind
reaction
that,
going? What's
yeah.
up, M&T Living?
Something is definitely gathering.
Right?
Yeah.
Right? Watch this though. If I
Something
let
is
this, it's
turning-
already
it's
changing
turning
yellow.
the
You can
color.
see it right in front.
Aloe is.
It's nuts. It's nuts. So I don't know. Anyone out there know why this is turning yellow? You have aloe, M&T Living it. You've got it in your backyard. Like, where do you live?
What's the climate? What's the conditions?
Yeah, tell me about it. Tell me what you see where it just grows on its own without humans messing with it.
Like rapid? How big is it?
See, dude, turning
thick
yellower.
is it?
Look how much yellower that's getting. It kind of looks kind of weird and gross over, but I'll like see like I've like broken these leaves, left them on a counter, and then there's like a puddle of weird yellow
Yeah.
slime.
Yeah.
But I'll tell you, I've been cleaning with hydrogen peroxide, so this feels nice right now. It's dry. We're in New England.
There's no
This is-
regrets at all, man.
This is a nice.
Hey,
This is a nice
he's
Friday.
healthier than me, though. That's the truth. This is why. You get all the health benefits, guys. I'm
It's cool.
telling
This is
you.
one of the oldest medicinal herbs.
Literally, from China to
Yeah, traveled the Silk Road.
everywhere.
And I was reading this research paper, and it was like, why this aloe? So there's like 600 species of aloe. Why did aloe vera become the one that humans cultivated? And it seems like it was just kind of like because it was on a path between, like of trade, and so it started being selectively bred for higher gel.
Coincidence.
Yeah.
Crazy.
Yeah.
Coincidence.
Coincidence. Could have been
Insane.
another aloe.
Could have been anybody else.
Yeah. So I mean, yeah.
Yeah, man. That's me.
You know what else you know what else I use aloe for?
What?
My plants.
Oh yeah. Explain that.
Should we try something? All right. Right. Oh. Do you want to clone anything, bud?
Ooh.
I'm sending you home with a gift today, Miles, as a thank you.
I'm
I
here.
don't know what to do with all this aloe. Okay, so
I'm here,
who
dude.
wants to try cloning with aloe today?
Let's do it.
No, I haven't done.
Now I've used it as a gel, but I've seen people do this thing. Let me break off a branch. All right. What do we want to clone?
Let's see. I don't know. You tell me. We got
Anything you want to bring home, bud?
I'm just looking. Let's see.
All right. Let's
Oh,
find
God,
something to
let's go.
clone.
These are beautiful branches. You know what's crazy?
don't know if that would-
my mind just looks at this and I think Swiss chard.
Swiss
Is
chard.
that
It does
weird?
look like Swiss chard.
It's just that's.
I think, unfortunately, this I believe would be extremely poisonous. It's a.
I thought a
I
lemon.
believe this is a
lemon leaf was
philodendron,
poisonous.
and they are very poisonous. So do not eat this. It is
Don't
not
eat
a
it.
Swiss chard,
Keep
even
away
if it
from
looks
the
like
dog.
it. Yeah, keep it away from dogs. My dogs, fortunately, do not eat plants.
Ooh,
That's a rubber plant.
Yeah, I'm about to say, that's-
You want to try? Let's try some aloe. I mean, a pothos. Ready?
let's do it. I'm here.
All right, ready? I'm gonna grab. Well, first, let's prep some stuff.
Let's go.
Hold tight. All right, I gotta find a little cup.
And let you guys know, bring your dogs here, all right? He's got the treats for them boys.
Oh yeah, well actually, those are for Sonny. Sonny can be a little bad with other dogs.
Send me a little other dogs.
Check this out, ready?
I'm checking.
Now, I don't know if this is gonna work.
All right. We got a little Petri cup,
I need some scissors.
some skizzers.
Yep. Patience.
Yes,
All right, guys.
yes, sir.
Now, oh, these scissors don't have a spring. That's okay.
Oh, that's all right.
All right, ready, guys?
Yes, sir.
So we're gonna try this.
We trying. He's trying.
Do we have any of that branch I broke off earlier?
Oh yeah, it's somewhere in the jungle. Hold on, we just gotta look for it.
Put it back in here. Oh,
Let's see. It is. Drum roll, please.
Oh, that got mangled. We can, yeah, let's work with this. Ready?
He's
All
breathing.
right, yeah, let's get a fresh piece. Watch this. Ready? I see which one. Hold this cup for a sec, bud.
Coffee. I'm holding.
Watch this. Now this piece was already broken, so I'm gonna work with that. Yeah. All right, and watch this. I'm gonna cut the, all right, ready? So I just cut this piece off right here. And I'm gonna try to clone with this guy.
Okay.
Now I'm gonna see if this works. I've seen people do it.
Coffee.
Take that. Okay, so I cut the bottom and top. Maybe I probably shouldn't have cut the bottom. I just realized, but there's no going back because it's probably kept it. And I'm gonna take this guy.
Imagine if he was growing pineapples in here. It'd be crazy.
I'm gonna slam it in there like that.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
You hold that.
I'm holding.
And I don't know if this is gonna work.
I don't know if it's going to
Tell
work.
me it's gonna work.
It's going to work.
All right, let's see. Let's go over here to get the plant we're gonna clone.
We're getting the plant.
All right.
What is that? That's crazy.
Isn't that cool? Oh, that guy? You wanna try that?
What is this?
That is
Look like Shrek skin.
Shrek skin. That's the scientific name, I believe. Oh, Mandy. Mandy might know. Anyone else out there know what this is?
What is this? What in the world? Y'all
Oh, wait.
This is
If
something
I wasn't
good.
streaming from my phone, I would take a picture and look it up, but I'm not so sure. Do you want
Anybody got that app where you can just put your phone to the plant?
We could try
and
it.
Just
Here, I know
you know,
Pothos
Maple
does
Leaf.
well. Watch
Maple
this.
Leaf.
All right, let's clone out one of these Pothos. I don't know if this is going to work, again. But
Coffee.
let's grab this healthy-looking branch right here,
All right.
okay?
Yep.
I'm going to just take a cut. Oh, people can't see us, sorry.
Oh, we got it. My fault. It's
That was my bad.
it's
This
this.
thing's...
It's one of them. It's one of them little twisty things.
All right, ready? Check this out. Ready?
We checking.
See this?
Check.
Take a cut right here.
Coffee.
Cut right below the node.
Ah, my finger.
Are you all right?
Yeah.
All right, I'm going to cut this leaf off.
Yeah.
Oh, you see that? So now I just got a 45-degree cut right below the node.
Right below the node.
All right. You know, I've never done this, so
This
might be the
this is what life's
this
about,
might not be something
experimentation.
you want to do. I'm going to try to prep the hole by just creating a little hole in there.
I feel like Dr. Brown with Marty, and we going back in time.
Oh, look at this. Will it work? Oh, it feels like
Great Scott.
it feels like it might,
That's
but it
something-
probably won't. No, I don't know. I've seen people do this. They then will bury this chunk in soil if you want to try that. And the idea is the aloe gives a great start for the plant to root on in because it's antimicrobial.
What's antimicrobial mean?
It
You
means-
gotta break that word down.
All right,
bro.
I'll break it. So anti means like not,
Not, yes.
and microbial microbes, right?
Microbes,
so
yes. So
aloe's
no microbes?
gel is pretty good at basically preventing microbial disease, right? And it's true, right? I don't see like broken aloe leaves covered in bacteria. Like they don't get all nasty, right? They just
Yeah.
kind of dry out and die.
Dry out and die,
So you can use aloe gel to clone. And I'm hoping this works. And I mean, I'd keep my eye out and watch it for drying. I wish I can kind of feel it didn't go like deep enough. I want it to go. Oh, there we
you
go.
Yep.
Oh, it might have. Okay, that
That's
might have.
all right.
All right. Well,
Yeah, just put it in.
happy birthday, Miles. When's your birthday?
It's in the summer month.
Happy birthday.
I appreciate it.
Oh, cool. It's February.
Let's go, man.
All right. So we got that. Yeah, we'll see. I don't know.
Year.
I saw people doing that. Now I've also seen people. There's a lot of bogus information, as many of you will know out there. There's a lot of people who will like take a chunk of aloe and put that like that in soil from just a leaf branch, and they claim it roots out. And literally, dude, there's a YouTube channel that has like 8 million views debunking that, and then their second most popular view is 4 million views. And they're like, oh, it's just a scam that you really can't get it to root like that. It's not real. And then another video
Put all
following
that
up
time
that they
and
get
effort.
4 million views on, showing doing that and pretending it works.
That boy put all.
You know, I was like, how did
That's
you play both? You know, I mean, I'm glad you came clean, but maybe take down the bad one. You know, the dishonest. But it's nuts. There's like more aloe prop. It's kind of a bummer on YouTube. Like I was looking, and it's like the
Yeah,
highest.
I'll
view
give y'all
count. Yeah.
updates. I'll give you updates on this.
Bring it back. You know, we should do this again.
Oh yeah, always, man. You gonna
Come on.
see me. This is just part 1 of 20,
Matt and Miles at Garden,
29,000.
live
Yeah.
streaming vertically.
Nah, nah, nah.
Just
Nah, nah, nah.
nerding out. It's gonna get better every time.
All the time, man. This is amazing, man. I appreciate
That
you,
was
man.
fun. All right, well, yeah, I think on that I'm gonna sign out, but don't hesitate. Reach out, and I'll talk to you guys soon.
Later, alligator, and a wild card.